and actually be together in it. And I don't have to feel so separate anymore from my own husband. Whereas we kept doing everything on our own, and now we can work together. And maybe that's what I needed. And I really think I just needed my husband instead of just being alone. It's not that he didn't want to help, it's just that I wouldn't let him. I didn't want him to help me. I just kept things on my own. And so who knows, maybe this had to happen because of that. So it feels weird to hear you say husband. I know. Cuz I never even talked about a boyfriend ever, let alone I never talked about my dating life ever. If I did, I talked about old exes, which I did have a lot of old exes. But I talked about exes, but I never talked about, like, you know, relationships or dating. um, I never talked about my love life, but now I really can talk about it if I wanted to, which is another great thing. And though you thought I was still living with my mom and dad, no, I moved out in 2022. I never cut that part a secret. I did tell you guys that I did move out. Um, that's why I told you about my mortgage. 7 evil exes. Yeah. There was one story I actually told you about an ex, but it was actually him. I'm trying to remember what it was, and I remember I was talking about something. I think it was what was it? Mm. There was something I talked about a long time ago, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but like I had talked about like talked about an ex, but I was really referring to him at the time, and I couldn't say obviously, so I kind of already dug myself into that one. But I was talking a story, and I can't remember what it was. If you have any questions, you're free to ask at this point. By the way, I figure this is the least I can give you. You know, for everything you guys have done for me, this is like the least that I could possibly give, and um, I just hope it's enough to show you how much I've cared about you guys over the years. Can we have a stream wedding? No, that's so corny. No, in fact, that was actually one of the ideas we were talking about too, and I completely denied it immediately. I said nope, not happening. Nope, not happening. I vehemently said no because he wanted to do something like that at one point, and I refused so, like, so much. And I was like, no, there's absolutely no way. I was like, I'm not doing that. Uh, and I mean, I even made the dress and everything. And Satoshi was like, we can do like a big reveal. And again, I feel so horrible when I think about it because he had so much. He had a lot of plans for us, and I just couldn't do it. Um. So I just can't help but feel like I let him down, for sure. My content manager. um. But it's been a great 5 years, like I said. Um. I could try to do different things. Was Kaito gonna wear the dress? Oh, you're funny. Kaito is being more cooler than you. He's actually down to do a wedding stream. How? You know, Fasho, you've been here for a very, very long time too. Like you've had to have already suspected something. You had to have. I actually taught Kaito how to do a lot of 3D modeling. I taught him how to do Unity. He's gonna say no, but I did. I know Unity a lot better than him. And he used to ask me questions when he would do his stuff in there, and I never let him help me because, well, I just simply didn't need it. But there's times that he did help me and he did it, which is great. But I actually taught him how to do that. And he helps me with other things. He helped me with a lot of my stream redeems and stuff, and a lot of the technical stuff. Kaito helped me with that, but I helped him with like the Unity stuff. VR chat. I actually helped him with the VR chat stuff too. I am not having a VR wedding. It's the cringiest thing I could ever do. Oh my gosh. I can't. My face would just be entirely red. What do you mean, please? Come on.